The last time these moving averages crossed, Bitcoin went on an insane rally higher, and right now Bitcoin is still in the middle of this major consolidation phase. I want to be talking about what the targets are. We are doing exactly the same like we did on the previous rally towards the upside. I need to be breaking down what this means here right now on the market. I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin CME gap we're creating over the course of this weekend, the most important news that hit the market in the last 24 hours. I'm going to be talking about the funding rates, what this means for the market, and of course what it means for the liquidity heat maps. So a lot of stuff to right now discuss there, including the fact that I am looking to open up a massive short trade, but not right now here. I'm gonna talk about it in today's update video, so don't forget to once again snap all that like button back above 1,000 likes, and let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So first of all, we're creating another Bitcoin CME gap, this time around $103,000, and just like I predicted what would be happening over the course of the coming period after we had the exponential rally towards the upside, I exactly said on my previous videos, I think we're going to get something similar like this consolidation phase right here. Maybe 8 to potentially 12 days of sideways consolidation. And right now, after we had the rally towards the upside, we've already been going sideways for over 8 days in a row right now, and it once again straight away feels extremely boring, right? But this is exactly what Bitcoin does the best here. Whenever it makes you feel no, it's not going to be doing anything anymore, those are the periods where it of course is going to be doing something very crazy again here. And to be honest, if I'm looking at the timing, it would make a lot of sense that probably next week we are going to see that breakout. And I mean, this is so far exactly like we've been predicting, and really Bitcoin is just still in the middle of this consolidation phase. We of course saw Bitcoin bounce from the lower side right here. This is a major level of support as well, and really what we're looking at here is that whenever Bitcoin is going to be breaking above the top side or the lower side, that is going to give us a confirmation whether we're going to be breaking higher or potentially even lower for Bitcoin. And yeah, right now as well, if I'm just looking at Bitcoin and looking at what we're seeing in the funding rates, it is actually still making myself extremely bullish, because funding rates, they are still going even more negative. Well, we are sitting around all-time highs here, which is a very great thing here, because that means that the majority of the traders are still trading short here. And just like you can see on the last rally towards the upside, we saw funding rates absolutely spike through the roof here, and now Bitcoin is sitting at those all-time highs, almost at those all-time highs, and we're not even seeing high funding rates. This means that there's no real euphoria in the market. People are mainly actually still trading short on Bitcoin, and that shows you there is no greed yet in the market from the trading side of things there. And of course, whenever we are going to see extreme greed back in the market, it usually is corresponding with somewhat of a top in the market. And yes, whenever that's going to be happening, I will be letting you know here, because I want to be opening up a major short position on Bitcoin, but I do not believe this is the right time to do so. I will be doing so whenever there is, of course, extreme greed in the market, but so far there isn't. And my forecast, and it's been the case all along here, and I'm trying to repeat it every single video so you guys don't forget it, I do think this is the last rally towards the upside, and we're probably going to be moving up to about $140,000 towards $130,000, and from off about $130K, I'm going to be scaling in towards my short position on Bitcoin. So this is exactly what I will be doing. Of course, I am saying that I'm going to scale in towards that position right now here, but of course it also really depends on all the metrics, is what it is telling me, what is exactly developing. If the market situation and the economy is going to be drastically changing, obviously, I could potentially change my stance on the market, but this is of course so far the prediction I am having for the entire market of things. I mean, things are still looking very strong. We bounced from the low, we are creating a higher low, and probably this is just going to be the continuation higher. Really what we just need to see for Bitcoin right now here is a break above this previous range high in the market. And yeah, we are still touching that upper sloping support line, which is quite an interesting level, and you can see that we're squeezing up the price action ever so slightly right now here. We're creating a major upper sloping legendary support line, and of course the horizontal level of resistance. So a breakout is expected anytime soon here. For my trade on Pionex, guys, which you could have been copying, I mean, I've been sharing this trade all along here. On the bottom, we opened it, we made about $12,000 in profit, which is of course an absolutely banger of a trade here. And guys, if you did copy it, congratulations, because I left a link to this trade in the description of today's video, and of all the other videos as well here whenever I opened it. So congratulations if you took it. But soon I'm going to be scaling in towards new major trades here whenever I do see the opportunity. This trade, I'm going to close around $110,000. But guys, make sure to already sign up an account to Pionex right now here using the highest link description of today's video. If you do so, you will already get a free $30 towards $100 to set up your own futures grid trading bots there, which is of course what I'm using here as well, and is by far the best way to trade here. I will be opening up a new trade here anytime soon to hedge my positions. And yeah, then I'm of course talking about that major short position, but I don't think I'm going to be doing it right now here. But of course, whenever I do see the opportunity right, or whenever I do see potentially that breakdown on the Bitcoin dominance, because we are seeing an ever so slight bounce back towards the upside. But whenever I'm seeing those signals of a major breakdown, I'm potentially going to be opening up even more trades here on altcoins. So this is of course what I'm looking at here. Of course, we are seeing that Ethereum is still bouncing from the highs there, but the Bitcoin dominance is rebounding ever so slightly. But one thing is for sure, and that is always at the last part of the cycle, we do see altcoins perform the best there. Before going further, I quickly want to be discussing some news here, is that we got of course also the paper that the White House is stating that they may be selling their gold reserves to be buying Bitcoin. Honestly, if you read this, how can't you be bullish? It's absolutely insane. So many people are fading Bitcoin. And of course, we have got the economic war going on here. And Trump is saying, without my China deal, China would have been broken apart here. So very interesting. And yesterday, we got once again some more inflows on the spot Bitcoin ETF here. On the Ethereum ETF, we saw ever so slight inflows here. But yeah, we're still seeing buying happening from of the United States spot ETFs here. So super excited, and actually we already have been hitting new cumulative all-time highs here, which is of course absolutely insane to be seeing here, of course. So diving even further, guys, we are right now seeing, if we're looking at some on-chain data, that sell pressure is actually decreasing right now here. These are the Binance Will wallets to exchange flows, and this shows you that the sell pressure is basically easing in the market from large investors. And yeah, there are also some other major signals that illiquid supply is massively increasing, which means that more and more people are sending their Bitcoin to cold storage. And this basically means that there's going to be less potential sellers in the market, and that ultimately is going to be driving the prices much higher. And we are right now seeing the CryptoCont Bitcoin bull bear market indicator actually flipping in towards a bull again here. So super excited for that here. And of course, we are seeing some other major signals on, of course, Ethereum, the Bitcoin dominance chart. But so far, it has not played out yet so far, but honestly, I am preparing right now for this year. At the same time, after the new update from the Ethereum fees are falling to 9 cents here. So that is also great for Ethereum, and ultimately that's going to be attracting more transactions towards the network here. So I'm still betting heavily on Ethereum. I've got a major position opened. I've got huge spot wallets as well. And for me, it's all about that 4K target. I think 4K target is going to be my ultimate take profit target. I do think it can potentially go higher, but that is where I go risk off with Ethereum. So guys, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from this video, don't forget to slap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.